What are the AI tools I use when working as a designer? So the very first thing I would say is I think we all know this ones, ChatGPT and Cloud AI. I use all this for UX writing, for user flow, for a whole lot of stuff like research. If you're conducting research, I'm sure ChatGPT is a great help, especially if you're using the paid version. You can also use the free version as well, but kind of come in handy when you're using the paid version. All right, so you can also use Cloud AI for the same thing, for similar function, like you looking for information, conducting research, and all that stuff. You can use Cloud AI for those activity as well. You can also use Cloud AI. You can describe whatever feature you want to have. Let's say the feature you have written down, you just cannot get, how to represent them. You can also impute those details in Claude, and then you get the wireframe or just like a word sketch, anyone, but it kind of gives you like an image representation of what you have on the ground written, like what you have written. Obviously, I think all these two AIs can actually do a whole lot. It just depends on how well you can actually use your prompts, how detailed you are, how detailed, brief, and fast that you can actually use. But honestly, I would still say that most of the things that they would generate are still either they have like errors, layouts are not really okay, or there are still issues with using all this AI apparently. So, but when it comes to the theoretical aspect, right, I actually use them a whole lot. When it comes to me using them for my UX writing, so I don't just design and put like empty words. When it comes to, let's say, certain words, keywords in certain section, you can actually use the AI tool for those features, for those function as well. But when it comes to, let's say, the visual representation, I really cannot say a particular AI that would give you, this awesome distinctive layout, whatever, whatever. Most of the layouts that all this, the software I'm going to mention are using are still very, very generic, right? For example, UX Pilot. UX Pilot is a software that you can actually input your description for a particular screen or dashboard or web application. Dashboard or web application. You can literally just like, input whatever data you would like to represent. But there are still errors with all these things. Like, to be honest, there's still like a lot, quite a number of errors. So I really don't use them more often. I just go the normal route. But sometimes you just use them to just get more ideas. Aside from, especially when you're trying to create mood boards and you have mood boards down, you don't want to use it as your sole go to or your go to software when it comes to you looking at visualizing certain things. You still go the normal way. I still use Dribble, Behance, Mobeans, and other software out there that you get to see design ideas from. You can't skip those ones. Also, aside from UX Pilot and Stitch, I would have said Gemini AI, but now it's like with Stitch together. Honestly, this software is still gonna generate like generic screens, but just like a good help when it comes to you're having difficulty visualizing something. It's kind of like coming help and the rather. It's not something you should like solely depend on, but it's quite helpful when you're trying to visualize stuff. So yeah, I think I've spoken about UX Pilot, and I mentioned is it Gemini? Yeah, no, not Gemini any longer. It's now Google Stage. If you're using the Figma paid or the pro version, you actually have Figma AI, which also help with visualization. And I think that one too is quite helpful. You can use Figma AI to for ideation as well. Yeah, those are the major tools that I use. So software rather. I don't use them all the time. I mean, I use ChatGPT a lot and Claude sometimes, but the other software for generating screen idea, I really don't use them all the time. I still prefer to, the normal routes where you get to make your research, see screens, and sketch out your own ideas. I mean, that's what's gonna help you, create new out of the box ideas and make your design different and not really generic. Because I feel if you just keep using those AI tools, you just keep getting generic design, and everybody's design is looking like but yeah, so those are the tools. And if you have any other tools that are kind of like omitted, maybe it's something I don't really use and you use and it's kind of like helpful to you as well, let us know in the comment section and let us learn from it. So for now, those are the things I use, and bye guys.